Kawhi Leonard added 34 in the win. He's addressing the media now.
I think we're just playing the flow of the game pretty much. Trying to do everything. If it's defense, rebounding the basketball, talking on the floor. Shots gonna go in or not. Our job is to keep being aggressive for ourselves and others. If Paul has it going, we're gonna go to him. If I got it going, it's gonna come to me. But if anybody else on the team has it going, we're gonna try to get them the next shot as well. Reggie played great tonight. Nico also did, and everybody on the bench coming in with energy. Luke making shots, T-Man playing defense, Pat energy. So, we just not really a selfish team. Like I said before, we just want to make the right plays on the floor.
Thanks. We'll go next to Law.
Well, you mentioned after game 2 that you're just trying to take what defense is giving you. You just told Andrew a version of that. What was the defense? What was the difference between what you saw in the first half and what you saw in the second half, beyond just making shots?
That's all it is. It's either gonna go in or not. My job is to stay aggressive. There's no magic to it.
Thanks. Next, we'll go to Farbach.
I know you listed a lot of positives in today's game, but I just want to know if there was one thing you were most impressed with in the transition from game 2 to game 3.
Just our effort. Being more physical, boxing out, getting the rebounds, being more detailed to the game plan. And the biggest thing is that we made shots tonight. We was getting open looks, I believe, in game 2, and we weren't knocking them down. And tonight we knocked them down.
Next, Mark Medina.
Hey, Kawhi, now that you guys have had a second season together and more time to play together, how do you think that the chemistry with you and PG has evolved and improved over time?
It's still evolving. We came in with Doc Rivers last year, and then now we're playing with T. Luke. So, your chemistry is still growing. Like I said before in a few past interviews, Doc and T. Luke are two different coaches. So coming from one, set of plays, going to a new set of plays, you always have to, rebuild a chemistry from there. But like I said, we're just both out there just trying to win a basketball game, and if one of us has it going, one of our teammates, we're going to look for him.
Thanks. Next to Tomer.
Hey, Kawhi, congrats on the win. We're trying to have looked at is in the games you guys have lost, they've been relatively close losses, especially down the stretch. But in some of the wins, you guys have sometimes blown them out. Sometimes won by 10, 15 points. I'm curious, does that tell you anything about this team, that even in the losses, when you guys might not be playing well, it's still a close game? Does that really tell you anything?
You always go back and see what you did wrong with these wins, and if it's just a close loss. Like I said, felt like game 2. We had some open looks down the stretch, and we just missed them. That's just the way basketball goes. We all wish we could control the shooting. All of us would be shooting 90% out there, 100%. So, like I said before, it's about playing the right way, knowing if we having defensive breakdowns, and seeing are we executing on offensive end. That's the only thing you can look at. If we're setting screens, are we running hard to our spots, and if you make shots or not, you got to live with it.
Thanks. Time for one more. Go ahead, Ramona.
Thanks. Hey, Kawhi, Ty's been talking to us a little bit about you and Paul having to play make a little bit more, especially when you get into the paint and creating for others, playing in that role. Paul especially has been sort of a point guard for you this year. Have you seen that? I know when he puts you in that role, is that different for you? Is it a different approach than you've had in other positions or other years that you've been out there, or is it just an escalation of what was starting last year?
It's definitely growth for me, especially coming into it last year. Just really not having that true PG. But,
Yeah.
But you know, it's a challenge. Like I always say, it makes the game more exciting. It's something different that I haven't, you know, been through. But you know, just areas where I could grow at, you know, as a player. So take the challenge and just have fun with it and just play the game.
Have you done some work with Chauncey at all in that? I know I guess Chauncey's been working with Paul a lot in that role.
I mean, I talk to everybody pretty much on the staff. You know, just to see what we're doing wrong or ways I can get better, make the team better. But yeah, I talk to Chauncey, you know, here and there, and just ask him nitpicking of, you know, what he used to see and just what he's seeing now out there, just being a coach now. So we have our little talks here and there.
Oh, thanks, Kawhi.
Thanks, Kawhi. Have a good night. And
Well, he only needed 13 to tie Patrick Ewing, but, well, he had 34. So Kawhi Leonard has moved up the all-time playoff scoring list. Wow, I mean, look at some of the names that he passed just tonight.
Hey, some big-time names. And the reason I'm impressed with this, B. Wood, he come into our league known as a defensive stopper. Now he gets buckets, too.
I would have never thought he would be on this list when he first.
You know, early in the fourth quarter, we had some empty possessions that really hurt us, but you know, the game hadn't gotten away from us at that point. You know, we were competing. Obviously, we weren't playing as well as we wanted to, particularly on the defensive end, and that catches up to you. So, but they played well, you know, and they beat us. So, got to regroup and learn from it. You know, no different than when you win a game. You want to use it and try to get better, and you know, they were obviously really ready to play. I thought we came out of the gate, you know, focused and ready, and we just didn't do some of the things we needed to do from an execution standpoint, you know, that I was kind of referring to before the game too, that we need to do against the team, you know, of this quality.
Tony Jones, The Athletic.
Coach, do you feel like you guys played with enough force offensively, particularly against, you know, some of the things they did against you guys defensively in terms of, you know, trapping Donovan early and some of the physicality that they showed defensively?
Well, to be honest, I think if you look at the possessions where they were doubling Donovan, we really got good looks. I thought he did a great job of getting off the ball when we needed to, and in some respects, you know, that's when we were spaced, you know, the best. You know, when a team really picks up and gets into you, you have to attack them. And when you do that, you're usually going to have to get off the ball quickly and make quick decisions, whether that's, I mentioned it before, whether, you know, you shoot it when you're open and, you know, or pass it or drive it. And I thought, one, those decisions need to be better. And then also when we did have quick reads, you know, we had passes that weren't, you know, quite good enough to be able to shoot, you know, and the possession slows down, and, you know, it puts a lot of pressure on Donovan to create. So, you know, but I thought we played with more force as the game went on. You know, we really just needed to open up the floor and try to space and attack. But as much as anything, you know, when you don't get stops at crucial times, it doesn't give us an opportunity to get out and get the kind of looks you want. And like I said, I thought we had some dead possessions offensively when we got up against the shot clock, and some of that, you know, we'll see it, and I think there are things that we can do better. I think our guys know that.
Last question, follow-up from Sarah Todd.
But apologize for this. We were having some audio issues early on. You just tell us what the situation is with Donovan one more time.
Yeah, he's fine. You know, he could have gone back in the game. You know, we were kind of borderline there, depending on, you know, where the game was. And I just felt like, you know, it had gotten to about, I think, an 18-point lead with, you know, 4 or 5 minutes to play, and it didn't make sense at that point, you know, to put him back in. And in fact, we took our other guys out shortly thereafter as well.
Okay, that's it. Thank you, Coach.
Joe Ingles added 19 as the Jazz still hold the 2-1 lead.
I mean, the biggest difference was he made some shots. I think he's had looks in other games, I think, and missed a couple. Obviously, them as a team made a lot more shots tonight than the games. I think part of that is on us being more physical and disrupting a little bit more, which we did in the first couple games. They came out obviously physical at the start of the game and trying to play that kind of way throughout. So obviously a few things we can look at on the film and figure out and see where they got some. We had a few rotations and things on defense that we messed up, which we weren't in the first two games. Sorry. So we'll go again, look at the film and figure out what we did and some of the mistakes, and same on the